Good evening and welcome to City News at 11. I'm Kier Junos and I'm live in front of Abbotsford City Hall right now, and we're bringing you some breaking news here. There are some evacuation alerts in different parts of the city tonight as crews are fighting flooding in multiple parts of the city because of some heavy rainfall, and it's causing some residents to actually have to flee their homes. And police say there have been mudslides and washouts around Eagle Mountain, Glen Mountain and Dawson Road. No injuries have been reported so far, and the Abbotsford Rec Center is taking in some people who have been displaced. And here at Abbotsford City Hall, officials just gave an update a couple of moments ago. I spoke with Fire Chief Darren Lee, and here's what he had to say just moments ago.
Crews from Abbotsford Fire and Rescue Service and Abbotsford Engineering and Regional Utilities worked supporting homeowners in the area, and around about 4:15 this afternoon, the on-call duty officer for the fire department felt that things were ramping up enough that we needed to get the Emergency Operations Center activated for the city. Made a few phone calls, and what that does is it brings the fire department, Abbotsford Police Department, especially in an incident like this or a weather event like this, it brings in the engineering department and some other folks from the city so we can work collaboratively on all these different problems that are going on around town. In the Eagle Mountain, there's approximately 12 homes that are impacted. On the Dawson Road area, it's about 50 homes. Sumas Prairie, we figure it's anywhere between sort of 12 farms and residences that are impacted. And Claiborne Village is about 30 homes that could be impacted by that alert.
I also spoke with Constable Paul Walker of the Abbotsford Police, and here's what he says is the priority for the police who are helping with the evacuations tonight.
I can assure the public we have our patrol shift that's normally on duty responding to calls for service. That shift itself is not impacted into the flooding and evacuation operations. We've called in a bunch of additional officers that were off duty today to come in to specifically deal with the ongoing events that are happening in the city. As well, we have a large area down at the Sumas Way and Lonzo area for where we have a bunch of unsheltered people that live down there in an encampment. We have been going through there hourly throughout the evening and afternoon and ensuring that they're safe. If the water is rising in those areas, we're assisting with evacuations from there and getting them into shelter should they wish to do. So we're monitoring that area closely as well. We're manning numerous road blocks throughout the city, predominantly more so on the east end of town in those areas, making sure civilians and citizens from the community aren't driving through. One thing I would like to point out is we've had great support from the community, people checking on their neighbors, assisting with sandbagging in some of the areas and moving leaves from culverts, things that are kind of blocking the waterway, so we've been super appreciative of that.
Fortunately, there haven't been any orders put out yet, but for more updates on the story and the situation on the flooding out in Abbotsford because of this heavy rainfall, you can check back on citynews.ca or on Twitter at citynewsvan.
Yeah, it was like a full-on landslide.
This is the scene on the Coquihalla Highway just past Hope. All the rain we have been experiencing is creating havoc on major routes between the lower mainland and the interior. Various mudslides have come down and the route is closed in both directions with no update expected until tomorrow at noon for the busy connector. You may remember this area was hit hard by wildfires in the summer. An official with the Ministry of Transportation provided this update earlier today.
We just got everybody out of here below. There was a few tractor trailer units that are down here. We've made them unload their trailer and we're turning them around, keeping their trailers down here, getting them out of the danger zone. Between Box Canyon and Portia is a disaster waiting to happen.
Highway 1 remains closed between Chilliwack and Hope due to flooding, as you can see here. This was earlier today near Bridal Falls, just outside of Hope. If you are trying to travel from the coast to the interior, that effort may be hampered as Highway 7 has several closures in Maple Ridge and just past Harrison Hot Springs and near Ruby Creek. Now over to Highway 1 in the Fraser Canyon, where that route is now open, but a travel advisory is in effect for the stretch from Hope northbound just south of Lytton. For the latest road closures and weather, be sure to listen to City News 1130, where they have traffic reports every 10 minutes around the clock.